Hello, I'm Natalie Hurd in Medford, Oregon with Charter Local Edition Northwest. Today we're covering city governments. My guest today is Councilor for the City of Ashland, Greg Lemhouse. Greg, thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
So Ashland is, a wonderful place, very well known, and there's also a lot going on there. People are talking about the need for affordable housing. There's obviously a lot of tourism that drives the local economy, and a lot of passion, a lot of people who are passionate about national and local issues. Tell me a little bit about how folks can best get involved in the process of city government.
That's a great question, and saying that citizens of Ashland are passionate is a giant understatement. We're fortunate. We've got a great population, a very involved citizenry, well-educated, they study the issues, and they care about what's going on. But really the best way to get involved, first off, is educate yourself on the issue at the local level. And I know it's difficult right now with all the media that surrounds our national politics and all the attention it gets. It's hard to stay focused on what's happening locally, but that's really what affects our daily life. And then find out ways in which you can affect the conversation in a positive way. It seems right now, again, people are taking the guide from the national news and what they see out in other parts of the country, and they immediately take to the streets, demand action, and want instant change. But the reality is, true change that really is positive and is lasting takes time. Mm-hmm. And we need people to get involved early on, share their ideas in a positive and constructive way, be willing to compromise when possible, and work through the process so that we can have a really sustainable effect.
So you encourage folks to come and show up to meetings, but maybe do some research first and understand that change does take time.
Absolutely. These issues are complicated. They're multi-layer. We've got a great council and a great staff who work these issues for a long time. I don't know of a single councilor or the mayor who would be unwilling to meet with someone one-on-one if they have the time and talk through some issues. But yeah, come to the meetings, express your concern, express your solutions, but then understand that everything takes a step towards the end. And the important part is to stay engaged the whole time, see the process through, and if in the end you don't get the results you want, then you should have the right to speak out about that and voice your displeasure. But at the same time, understand that it is a process that takes time, and some of these larger issues, if they were easy to solve, we'd have done it a long time ago very quickly. But the most important issues of the day just take time and a lot of diligent effort.
And what are some of those important issues that you and the rest of the council and the city are looking at right now?
Well, probably one of the biggest ones is regarding affordable housing. The city of Ashland is an expensive place to live, not just housing-wise, but a lot of other things. It's crowding out people, the lower middle income individuals who want to own or rent, out of the market, and we need to address it. It's not as simple as simply building a bunch of houses. Mm-hmm. It's trying to affect the rental housing market, increase our inventory of new homes so people can buy, changing our zoning and being more flexible so we can allow different types of housing in different parts of town. There's a lot of issues. None of these things are resolved overnight, but we have been working on them for the past year and a half and making headway, and we're going to continue to. But it's one of those issues where we're going to need continual feedback, continual input, and even more patience.
And Ashland, of course, is just a fun place to go, and we're entering into summer months, 4th of July, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. What are some of the things that people, if they want to visit Ashland, can look forward to if they're going to pay us a visit?
Well, there's so many things to do, not just the Shakespeare and the Cabaret Theater and the other, smaller theater operations, the Independent Film Festival, a lot of live music going on, but we're experiencing a lot more environmental tourism. People coming to check out the great watershed trails we have and the parks and the mountain biking. It's just a multifaceted place to come and enjoy yourself. And it's peaceful, it's safe, and really, as passionate as the people are in Ashland, I don't know of a more welcoming and inviting town to come and enjoy what we have to offer, fine dining and great people.
Yeah, it is just a beautiful place to come, and there's always lots of great restaurants and, like you said, theater and whatnot. And when with the summer coming up, I know one big issue is conserving water and making sure people are careful around our forests. Is that something that the City Council discusses? Yeah,
we've been working on that. A few years back when we hit the drought, the community responded in an amazing way in terms of water conservation. We had water plans in place to restrict water access. We never had to do it. We asked the citizens to respond. They did. And now our consumption of water has been under our previous year's average consistently. We see a lot of people responding with drought-resistant yards to try and reduce the amount of grass they have to water. It's really something that wasn't mandated. It's been citizen-led, which makes it even better.
That's great. That citizen engagement that you spoke of.
Absolutely.
All right, Ashland City Councilman Greg Lemhouse. Greg, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
I'm Natalie Hurd, your host for Charter Local Edition Northwest.